Iran anchor resigns after lying for regime for 13 years, as anti-government protests grow.
Here's a summary of the article.
As Iran descends into chaos over anti-government protests, a state TV news anchor resigned from her position and apologized to the public for lying on TV. Geller Jabari took to Instagram to inform the public that she resigned from her job as news anchor. Iranian media outlets are reporting her resignation as a broad act of protest against Iranian government accountability. Videos surfaced online showing hundreds of mourners in Iran chant, "Death to the liars," hours after comments from Iran's Revolutionary Guards confirming details of the plane's crash. Officials in Iran had vehemently denied reports by Western media that the Ukraine International Airlines airliner had been struck down by a missile in a fatal error. The international community, as well as Iranians in the country's interior, piled on the pressure, prompting the government to amend its initial statement and admit it had shot down the plane accidentally. The Iranian missile operator who shot down a Ukrainian passenger jet opened fire independently because of communications jamming, the commander added, which tragically resulted in the death of all 176 people aboard the flight. Critics slammed the regime after it failed to initiate a commercial no-fly zone whilst it was conducting its retaliatory missile attack on Iraq military bases filled with U.S. troops.
This post received a score of 58,223, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than in Farsi she wrote, "It was very hard for me to believe the killing of my countrymen. I apologize for lying to you on TV for 13 years, feels like the dam is breaking."
There's been many protests in Iran over many years, but the government uses violence and force and shuts them down every time.
Yeah, the last decade there has been quite a lot of this. Most of the time, Western media will just not cover much of it.
Yeah, I have an Iranian friend on my FB feed, and if it weren't for his posts I wouldn't have any idea what was going on there.
Would it be shitty of me to befriend an Iranian person just for this reason? This is definitely a joke. I wouldn't just make friends with a random Iranian person to read their Facebook feed. I'd put them through an extensive vetting process.
Hey, I'll be your friend. So this is the second time protests against the regime have occurred in the last couple of years. The previous one was larger and focused a lot on women's rights. No change was made, lots of women died, others were hunted down and imprisoned, especially those who posted online to raise awareness.
Good for her. But seems a dangerous move. Hopefully she can get out of the country and seek asylum.
In the past days since the plane shoot-down, many media anchors resigned and many directors pulled their movies out of Fajr Academy Awards, and actors posted on their Instagram in protest too. Many concerts cancelled and many others in different parts of the system quit in protest of the recent events. They cannot punish every celebrity we have.
They did in Stalin's Russia. Don't underestimate just following orders.
We need to move past the Trump obsession and to the possibility of Iranian reform in our time. If Iran can reform itself to moderation from a grassroots upheaval, this is a win for enlightened classical liberal pluralistic values. Let's not look to point score for or against Trump or the other side, let's just be there to support the Iranian people. They are legitimately an educated, insightful, reflective populace looking to express themselves. That should be the story.
So much this, honestly, through meeting a handful of Persian folks of all ages through academia, it's obvious to me they're just like anyone else. Most of them just want opportunity like the rest of us, and the mathematicians they create are some of the best in the world. The regime is what it is, and hopefully that'll change before our eyes, but the people I've met from there are everything you say they are and more.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.